All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're talking all things Light It Up Expo. Holy cow, guys! This is insane. We're like 30 days away. I've been planning this thing for a year. I've been planning it since the last one, before the last one even ended, and it's been a work in progress. But I'm stoked. We sold out the floor. We've got so many amazing vendors, and that's one of the reasons we're doing these little kind of pre-shows is to give our vendors some extra love. I mean, I've gotten so much support. It's honestly overwhelming. I'm grateful for it, and so we want to just show people who are coming to Light It Up Expo and people who aren't, if they're not coming, what they're missing out on. So I'm joined today with a good friend, Roger Ramsey of Ewing. Roger, thanks for being here, man.
Oh, you bet. Appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Well, this is fun. I'm actually particularly grateful that you and Ewing are coming because actually, when I got my start in landscape lighting, I got so much support from Ewing. I mean, it was insane, and I think it was. I don't know. I was like some people complain about their distributor and stuff like that, and I'm like, dude, if I didn't have my distributor, I don't know that my business would have taken off. I mean, it was just incredible to have the support of Ewing because if I needed, like, we would be at a job and I would be like, hey, do you want to add some path lights here? And they're like, yeah, let's do it. And all of a sudden I'm like, well, how am I going to get the path lights? Phone call delivered to the job site, which I don't know, maybe you don't want me advertising this stuff,
No,
but it
that's
was
what we
like,
do, man.
it was like red carpet, white glove experience where I didn't have to inventory this stuff, and literally I could make a phone call, get stuff delivered. Like a lot of times, and it wasn't guaranteed or anything. It wasn't like Amazon 2 hour guarantee, but a lot of times it was within an hour we would have stuff at our job site.
Well, if I remember right, you work with Craig Freeman in the Metroplex in Dallas,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Craig Freeman, he was the man. I mean, he was the lighting guy, and it was
Yep.
cool because he actually was a lighting guy. He wasn't just like a guy who was like could just take orders and like whatever. He could give recommendations, feedback. Hey, have you thought about this? And if we were coming up against problems or whatever, he'd be like, hey, have you checked out this vendor? Check out this manufacturer. So that was extremely helpful. And then I still don't know his name. And if he watches this, he's going to kill me. But it's either Kurt or Kirk. And I always just said his name really fast
It was
because if you
Kirk.
say Kirk, what was
Yeah, it
it?
was Kirk.
See,
It
I
was
still don't
Kirk.
know what his name is
Yeah, he
because if
was
you
he
say,
was in NRH, North Richland Hills.
yep, North Richland Hill
Yeah.
store, you just say Kurt. If you say it fast, Kurt. I
Yes.
never knew. I never knew if it was Kirk or Kurt, so I just said it fast. But
Yeah.
dude, he'd be leaving the store. I'd call him at like 4:45. I'm like, hey, we need this and this and this. He's like, oh, hey, I'll just stock it up and run it by your house on my way home. I'm like, where do you live? And he's like, oh, I live the other way. But he would like go out of the way to drop stuff off. So like that was just a cool experience. And so now, how many 10 years later, whatever, like coming full circle to like be able to put on Light It Up Expo, have Ewing, this giant company, coming and support us. It's pretty freaking awesome. Oh, you went on mute. Roger, can you hear me? Well, it's not on mute. Maybe your microphone died. I don't know what happened. We were having technical difficulties before. It's not on mute. Like something happened with the mic. Maybe it unplugged or something like that. Um, So hey, while I'm waiting for Roger, I do want to announce, guys, we are getting low on tickets. This event is definitely going to sell out. So if you're one of those people that like waits till the last minute, I've had like good friends, good clients of mine tell me they're coming and they haven't got their ticket yet. I'm like, guys, I can't hold the spot for you. The room is only so big. So it is going to sell out. And what is going to fill up before it sells out is our pre-show classes. Okay, right now they're included. They're free with your ticket to Light It Up Expo. But once they're full, they're full. It's a first come, first serve basis. Okay, and so we got like 5 more spots for the landscape lighting pre-show class to learn design and installation of landscape lighting. And then the permanent lighting class, we still have some spots. And Christmas with JC, the Christmas is advanced. Okay, the permanent lighting and the landscape lighting are more like intro to and intermediate, whereas the Christmas one is advanced. So it's like, how do you scale your Christmas light business, not what is a C9 bulb and all that. Roger, are you back? I can't hear you. What's going on? I seriously don't know. It was working. We were conversing. Let me try muting you and unmuting you. Like, play with your headpiece or something. Something happened with the mic. So guys, I'm not kidding. Like, this is not a scarcity play or anything. It's just real. So like, if you haven't got your ticket, go to lightitupexpo.com. Roger, is that working? Dude, Roger, you got, if I have to talk this whole time, because Roger and I have been cooking on something, and we got something really cool that we wanted to announce about. Actually, we have the landscape lighting pre-show class. We have the permanent lighting pre-show class, which also, if you guys want the permanent lighting one, it counts as an Omni certification, which is really cool. So if you don't know, like, you can't just go buy Omni. You have to be certified in order to install it, so that you don't like have problems later on. And so but this one does count as a certification. I had several people ask me that. And then again, JC Chanowski, who this last year in business did 750 grand in Christmas lighting. And that's no easy feat. He also left the country for like 10 days, which was crazy during Christmas light season. So that's definitely more advanced on systems, how to scale, and those types of things. All right, let's see if we get Roger in there this way.
Here, let me do this.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Is that working?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we'll just do it like this. Then there's two Rogers.
All right. So basically,
like AI Roger and real Roger.
Sorry.
So no, all good.
Joined on my phone, so it is what it is.
I was just announcing that we are going to sell this show out, which is crazy to believe, because I've been advertising it for 11 months now, and I'm like, okay, every time we commit to a show, we have like tens of thousands, we'll call it, almost hundreds of thousands of dollars in this show, and with the hotel and all this stuff. And so it's nerve-wracking. You tell these vendors people are going to show up, like, what if they don't? But it's going to sell it, which is cool. But again, the pre-show classes, they're going to fill up faster. Like, we don't have enough spots in the pre-show classes for everybody to attend one. So if you're serious about coming and you're serious about getting that, then you need to get your ticket now. We'll send you a link. You can register for that class. And we just added a fourth pre-show class. Roger, what are we doing?
So what we're going to do is, I got Ryan Phillips from Sonance coming in. So Ryan is the Green Channel support for outdoor audio. And so he's going to come in and do a 3-hour class on the 4th from 9 to noon. And we're going to do some classroom. We're going to go over, your standard layout, cabling, left-right separation, polarity, all of that. We'll do some classroom, little overview, layers of lifestyle enhancement using outdoor audio with different products. And then from that, we're going to transition outside. And once we get outside, then we're going to show you how to lay the system out, speaker placement, the difference between the types of speakers, your omnidirectional subwoofers versus directional subwoofers, just all kinds of different options. Because what we found is outdoor sound, outdoor audio is like one of the best layers of lifestyle enhancement you can add onto any project. And what it does is, where lighting extends use into nighttime hours, the sound actually gives you a reason to be in that space. And so it just grabs people and keeps you in there. And when you layer different types of sound from above, from the side, from in front of you, what you do is you attain a much higher quality sound. You become part of that whole acoustical bubble. But when you do that, you can keep the volume down to where you can hear each other talk. All right, the sound's all around you instead of blasting out of one speaker off to your left, right, or right behind you where you're congregating. So Ryan's going to go through all of that stuff. He's going to ship all of his product to our Orlando store, and then from that, we're going to transition over. And while the landscape products guys set up our booth, we're going to do that.
Dude, this is going to be so sweet. Honestly, like inside of our like members group, Landscape Lighting Secrets, every week there's a question: who's doing outdoor audio? I want to start doing more. I had a client ask, and I'm kind of like, yeah, I keep kind of saying like, hey, I'm working on something. I'm working on something, because I'm not the outdoor audio expert. And so I'm like, we've been talking, and we finally got this thing like, nailed down. So there's going to be a lot of demand for this. And it's so cool that it's, again, all under one roof at Light It Up Expo. So some people are going to be able to do both. Like, if you want, and you just want to come and you get there, like, that's Wednesday morning, right? So if you want to get there Tuesday night, then you can sign up for the outdoor audio and you're good, right? But if you're already signed up for the landscape lighting one, that class is scheduled to end Tuesday evening. They might have to go a little bit longer now so that they don't go into Wednesday. But those people they can get a twofer. I mean, they can literally get landscape lighting training, and then in the morning that Wednesday, they can do the outdoor audio. Same thing with the advanced Christmas lights. That will finish Tuesday night. You can jump into the outdoor audio. The permanent one, I think Jimmy said he's needing a few hours that morning on Wednesday, so you most likely won't be able to do both. So you got some options here, and a lot of opportunity. If you can make it, guys, I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss this, because outdoor audio is not that complicated. There's a lot of similarities, like Roger was talking before, like how you have like a spotlight with a kind of like a smaller beam angle, and then you have a wash light with wider sound. And Ryan's going to teach us all this stuff on how to design an appropriate outdoor audio system. So it's going to be sweet.
Yeah, look forward to seeing everybody, and definitely you'll get a lot out of the outdoor audio portion of it. The nicest thing about it is our driver is using the Sonos amp or Sonos amp. So Sonos, once you're part of the Sonos universe, once you have Sonos ones or Sonos Play 5 or whatever, Sonos beams, once you have Sonos in your house, it's super sticky, and you just grow that, right? You add Sonos speakers here, there, outside, inside, everywhere. Well, the amplifier we use for an outdoor application is basically the Sonos amp. It's 125 watts per channel, and that has the Sonos universe already built into it. So you don't have to buy a $500 port to make your outdoor system Sonos smart. So it's pretty cool. You're going to like it.
Yeah, that's sweet. Well, I'm excited. I mean, I've got a system in my backyard, and I mean, anytime someone hasn't experienced outdoor audio, and I don't even have like top of the line stuff or anything like that, but people walk in my backyard and like, dang, dude, this is epic. And so if you guys can come learn this, get a little demo kit and take it with you on your installs. I mean, I don't want to say it sells itself, because, obviously there's still, you got to work through the numbers and everything else. But once people hear it, you can't unhear it. It sounds so good.
Well, that's how I always sold outdoor sound. I would go out, I'd set the speaker system up in somebody's backyard. I kind of talk to them, find out how they use the space. Where do they spend their time? Do they entertain? Don't they entertain? How do they use their yard? And then from that, I would just set the system up. And then what you do is you take your client, your homeowner, your whoever, you let them play their music from their device on that system, and that becomes their system. That's just how it works. Showing is selling.
Well, thanks for helping putting that together. I really do appreciate it. It's one that I'm really looking forward to having at Light It Up. Let's talk about Ewing for a bit. I mean, like I said, I grew up, in the lighting world using Ewing. I understand the value. How many branches do you guys have, and what is kind of the value proposition for Ewing?
So if you look at the overview of who Ewing is, right? Ewing is a $1 billion privately held, family-owned business that's 104 years old. We have about 270 locations across 30 states. And with that, our customer service-centric culture, that's why we've grown. We've grown organically. We've had a few acquisitions over those 104 years, but most of our growth has been organic, right? We measure success and we measure growth with our customer success and their growth, right? Ewing being privately held, fourth generation owned and managed. If you really look at it, we think in terms of generational growth, right? It's not all about, we're not publicly traded. We're not looking at the next quarterly statement or, held at bay to private equity to basically show our shareholders that, we're doing well by them. All right. Our testament to how well we do is our customers. When we help them grow, we grow. And if you really look at it, one of the strongest points of wholesale distribution is we've got quality products, we have support at the counter and out in the field, and just the ease of doing business, right? You're partnered with somebody with people you like, just like you said about Kirk and about Craig Freeman. Those tangibles go a long way, and you can't get that from, playing the freight and weight game where you're just buying something online and you're waiting for days for it to show up. Holiday lighting is a great example of that. If that's your buying structure for holiday, a lot of your time is spent waiting for product instead of installing product. And so, our claim to fame is we're your friendly family distributor right down the street. We're large. I mean, we're one of the largest wholesale distributors in the United States, but at the same time, We are family held, family owned, and we have a very customer service centric culture that aligns well with customers, with contractors.
That's pretty sweet. I mean, it's weird because I knew some of that stuff. I didn't know all of that. I knew it was family owned, but as you were talking, it just kind of hit me that it's like you're totally right. Like it's pretty rare to have a company that size that's really still family owned and
Yes.
not publicly traded, that doesn't have that pressure of like you better perform or you're getting cuts, and like it's all just like cutthroat, and they're making decisions to make the numbers on the paperwork instead of make the people and the culture and the systems work, you know? So yeah, it makes sense.
If you pay attention to Ewing, we tend to grow when the market's slow, and it basically positions us so when the market does come back, because business ebbs and flows, right? The economy's soft right now. It'll come back and it'll be strong, and we'll be positioned in such a way that we can take advantage of that when it does come back. We've always grown in softer climates and in softer environments as far as the economy goes, just because we have that kind of generational view of business. And, we know when the opportunities there, if the market's soft, usually the real estate market is soft as well. And it's good, land's cheaper, we can afford to expand and grow and invest and do what we need to do so that we can take care of the customers. Because the bottom line is, if our contractor base isn't growing, Ewing's not growing. It's just how we go to market. It's how we measure our success.
Yeah, the only thing that I did get pissed off at Craig Freeman at was
There we
because
go.
after a while, I knew I knew what I was doing. I'm like, dude, get out of here. I don't need you, right? So I'm growing this lighting business, and of course, we still buy from him, but he wasn't like I wasn't as needy. And then one time, this really happened. All of a sudden, he's bidding up against me because he's helping another one of his clients out. And I was talking to the homeowner, and they're like, yeah, this guy came out, and I go, and he said they positioned it so well. They're like, this other contractor brought in like an expert and da da da. And I was like, who's this expert? And they said da da da. And I think his name was Craig. I go, Craig Freeman? That guy's not an expert. I taught him everything he knows. And so, but here's what I did. I'm joking around because I thought it was cool that like he's out there. Literally, he did like a demo. He went out and helped the person do a demo. He was helping him put the proposal together, close the deal. Like that's awesome support right there.
That's what we do. I mean, that's how you grow your business, is you support contractors in that way. And like you said, you got up to speed and you really didn't need them anymore. But then when you get an opportunity to do something else, whether it's under eave lighting or permanent roof line or holiday lighting or, outdoor audio, he was right there, right? Well, we were the first distributor nationally to sell a product called Sonoscape. It was the first outdoor audio product available in the market. Basically, they were taking Hadco composite fixtures, a product called Altum, and Jeff and Jay.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, they were building speakers out of light fixtures, and that's what launched the entire outdoor audio thing.
That's awesome. Well, you've been to probably more shows than anyone I know. There's never been a show like a landscaping show or lighting or anything that I've been to where I haven't seen you. Like you're at all of them. And so I'm going to be very interested to get your feedback after this year Light It Up Expo to tell us like, hey, this was awesome, this sucked, like do more of this, do less this, just because I think you're someone I look up to in terms of like you know what people want, you know what's solid, what doesn't work. What are some of the things you're looking forward to coming to Light It Up this year?
Well, so the first thing I'm looking forward to is I want to check out the customer base, right? I want to see the type of contractor that you're attracting to join, right? To come to Light It Up Expo. Are they landscape contractors looking to get into lighting, or, are they new? Have they been doing landscaping for a while and now want to transition into being more lighting focused because there's higher profit to be attained on the outdoor living side of things, right? With all of the different layers that we talked about of lifestyle enhancement. But, also, I want to check out your lighting academy. I'm always on the lookout for opportunities to help contractors grow, to get better and be more positioned and with confidence and be able to go out and install a project without losing their butt in the first 4 or 5 jobs they do, that kind of stuff. Because when I first started at Ewing, we had a 3-job guarantee. We would walk the customer through and we would make sure that they didn't lose their butt, make sure that they understand they're not going too far, because this was back in everything was halogen and voltage drop was a really big issue back then, right? And so I really want to understand the Lighting Academy, how it folds and fits into the contractor base out there. And then,
Cool.
lastly, I try to stay on top of market conditions and trends and what's going on. And you don't do that by sitting in an office. You don't do that by sitting behind a desk. You do it by going out into the market, by visiting your competitors, by seeing what they have on the shelf, by looking at date codes. Do they have old stuff like I have old stuff? Going in your own stores and looking at your date codes and seeing what's selling in market versus what I'm stocking and what I'm selling. And so a lot of where I get a lot of, market intel and stay up on the trends is just sheer communication with people that I've worked with over many, many years, right? FX is going to be at your show. Okay. Ryan Williams is probably going to be there. I've worked with him for years. Rick Baird with Vista. Both of those companies are stand-up companies. They sell through wholesale distribution. They don't sell direct. I really appreciate the relationship that I've got with both of those companies over many years. But, Landscape Products is going to be at our booth. That's an internal line for Ewing. It's high value. We have an aluminum line, but also a brass offering. And if you look at it, it's a simple line. It basically competes against Pro Trade and some of the other products on the market. And really the go-to-market strategy here is maximizing value at an economy cost, all right, with superior customer service, right? We're there in the local market. Warranty is easy if you tend to have warranty on anything. Holiday lighting, it doesn't matter. But, just on the Landscape Products line alone, all of our uplights come with a frosted lens already in the box. All right. A clear lens standard, right, with a frosted lens. So you don't need to go out and buy a 60-degree LED, which costs you a lot more than a frosted glass lens costs us. On our path lights and our wall wash fixtures, we have a clear lens in the box. If you need a higher light output, but less distribution, we have that in the box, right? We even include what's called a parts pack, which is a little baggie specific to every fixture, where the O-rings that build into the fixture and keep the water out of the fixture and keep the seal on the shroud on, right? O-rings, thumb screws, set screws, everything that you need, so that when you're on the job and you're installing and you drop that stupid thing down in the mulch bed or into the mulch, right? The mulch and the pine straw, and you're digging around looking for it and you can't find it. It's in the bag, and it comes with every fixture. Every fixture has that. And the whole point here is to keep you on the job while you're on the job and at the job. But then when you're done, it provides you a transference of ownership, right? So what you do is you take one of the boxes, the uplights, boxes for the path lights, whatever, and you put several of those little bags in there specific to that fixture, and you give it to the homeowner or the end user. And that's just a psychological transference of ownership. So if they're out messing around and they lose something or break an O-ring, they're not calling you. You're not going to get paid for callbacks. And so it's just a psychological transference of ownership. It's just little things like that that add value, right? It's like pre-balling 5mm. We started that in our channel, I don't know, 10 years ago. All right, nothing was pre-balled back then in the green channel. There were some decorators that were doing it, but it costs us a little bit more, but it saves a lot of time on the job for contractors. And so we started pre-balling all of our 5mm. It's just little things like that that make the difference, right?
Love it. No, that's what I think people are going to love having you around. I'm going to love having you at Light It Up, because anytime someone asks me a question I don't know, I'm going to be like, have you seen Roger? Is Roger around?
Well, I've got about 12 employees right now that are certified with Omni with Lights for Decorators with Jimmy Tompkins.
Oh, sweet.
So again, it's going to be good to see him there, right? He's a good guy. Yep. Mike Marlowe with Wintergreen. Wintergreen's my primary supplier of all of my holiday lighting, right? High quality, premium offering, best quality product on the market. Polycarbonate lensing, single piece construction. I mean, I just can't complain about any of the products that I get from Wintergreen or Omni for that matter. And so that's the other side of it too, right? Connecting with Ryan from Lighting Boss, right? Being able to see people that you run, like I'll see you next week at ALOP, right? I'll see Ryan next week at ALOP. It's that
this
kind
week
of thing.
In like 2 days.
Yeah, exactly, right? Thursday. I'll see you Thursday morning for sure. So I don't know who's coming from Cast. If it's Greg Schramer, I always look forward to seeing Greg. I know Eric from Holodynamics. I don't know if Eric's going to be there, but Holodynamics, I saw they signed.
I'm sure it's Greg, and I'm pretty sure Jeff Hesser's coming from Cast. So he's a lighting legend too.
Yeah, and so it's always good to see everybody, right? I'm not sure he's coming from S4. So I guess Nina retired or left or did something, but again, that's how you stay abreast on trends and what's going on in the marketplace, is by putting yourself out there and making yourself available.
That's what's awesome. We're literally bringing all these, you know, all these three industries, and now we're bolting on outdoor audio too. I mean, all the industries, all the experts, all the different opinions, all the different types and qualities. And even you said, you know, you've got like the entry level products all the way up to the Luxor, you know, and like
Exactly.
there's a range. And so depending on what your client's looking for, if you're a landscape lighting company and your brand is weak and you're not very good at sales and no one knows who you are and you don't have a lot of experience, you're probably going to have a hard time selling a Luxor system. You know, it's just how it is, right? And so you're going to have different options as you grow and get more confidence, and your clientele gets bigger, and you're going from like $5,000, $10,000 jobs to 50 to 100 to 250. Like, you're going to need some different tools in your tool belt, because it's like trying to sell a Hyundai to someone who wants a Ferrari. Like, it's just not happening. They're like, what? That's too cheap. And you think they want cheap. They don't, right? But it's like same thing trying to sell a Ferrari to someone who wants a Hyundai. Like, it's just not going to work. So it's important that you understand your client base and exactly what they want. And I think it's just awesome that you're going to be there. There's going to be a lot of people that can help guide these business owners on what decisions are best for them.
Well, it's super important to have a good, better, best product offering based on your client, the demographic, how much they're willing to spend. I mean, you can lead all day with premium products that are, you know, more expensive, but you're not going to install that and not make money just because you're loyal to a brand, right? You need to have options so that, you know, if you can sell color and zoning and dimming and all of the other aspects of a higher end project based job, then by all means, go for it, right? You're going to make a lot more money.
Yeah.
You're going to grow. You're going to get into higher demographics as far as the customer base go through referrals and that kind of thing. But, you know, if you're struggling to make ends meet, you need a product, an economy based product that you can install, still make money, still pay the bills, keep your guys gainfully employed so that you're not laying people off. And that's where you need that kind of variety when it comes to cost, quality, everything else. And the nice thing about most of the economy products available today is they don't feel like they used to. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
noticed that, but there's a lot of
Oh, yeah.
entry level, super affordable product. I mean, I hate to say it, but even the big box stores, right? The stuff that they're selling isn't just falling apart in 6 months like it used to. So,
Well, earlier you were asking, like, you know, like who the attendees are going to be. And you know, I only have to go on last year, but I can see who, like, the companies that have bought tickets, and it looks like it's about 50-50 from people who, like, I mean, considering that, like, the biggest demand is people that want to add on landscape lighting. Those aren't people that have been in the industry 10 years. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And then we have a lot that have been in the industry, but no matter what, the whole group is they're all hungry. They all want to do something different than they did last year. The people that don't want change, they're just not coming. They're, you know, we tend to not attract the old dogs. The old dogs in the industry are like my biggest haters. They're just like, what? Who is this guy? Why does he want to grow the industry? Like, it's already too saturated. And it's like, I'm sorry, like less than 5% of homes have like professionally installed lighting. Like, how does that equate saturation? So no matter what, whether they're new in the industry, brand new, know nothing about landscape lighting, or they've been doing it, I think the common denominator is this group is hungry. This group wants change. They want to scale a business. They're not just trying to play small ball. They want to grow, and they want to surround themselves with other winners. And so I think that's what's exciting. I think it should be exciting for our vendors. That it's like, hey, we can actually make an impact, because there's nothing more frustrating than going and meeting with someone and like, oh, we've been in the business 15 years and we use this company and we're never switching. It's like, well, then why are we talking? You know?
yeah, very shallow
So
minded, man. That's the difference between fighting over the pie or together collaboratively growing the pie, right? I mean,
yeah,
you've got vendors that are there that basically don't sell through distribution. They sell direct to the customer. It is what it is, right? You know, I don't hate on anybody. You know, it's just it's a different sales philosophy, right? I want to be your local source for quality products, and, you know, make it easy for you. Buy product as you need it. You don't have minimal order amounts or freight alloweds or any of that. I take care of that on my end. I am the one that has the freight allowed amount. And then you buy product as you need it, and you return product that you don't need, and you don't have to buy $500 or $1,000. But it's just a difference in a go-to-market strategy, right? It doesn't mean that those people that sell direct are my complete enemy. It just means that we have a different philosophy and a different go-to-market
yeah.
strategy. a matter of fact, I will tell you that most importers, manufacturers that sell direct, if they're smart, they're making a lot of money early on because they give themselves enough of a cushion to open up distribution later, because you get to the point where you can't transactionally manage every customer that you have after a small period of time, right? If you're successful, you get to the point where you're pulling your hair out trying to figure out, okay, well, how do I balance my inventory? Where do I put my inventory? How do I ship everything out of one warehouse
Then you need
all over the
then you
country?
need
You need
distribution. Yeah,
distribution. Exactly.
that makes
And
sense.
so it's
Yeah.
more of an evolution than it is a set path that you start down and you stay down the rest of your career. Typically, it's just an evolution.
Well, I'm a connector. Maybe I end up introducing a direct to contractor manufacturer to Ewing, and that's the next thing. You never know. So, yeah, I'm a connector. I try to help people, where they need that connection. So, well, dude, I really am excited. What's that?
Everybody has limited bandwidth, right? It's important what you focus your time and you prioritize, because I mean, you can just let somebody else's urgencies just take away your day, and before you know it, you don't feel like you got anything done. You know how it goes.
I've met people that are like brand new into the industry, and it didn't matter if they were buying. I've had literally both people who bought from direct to manufacturer, and then others that went through distribution. And they thought I don't know who told them, they literally bought like $25,000 worth of inventory. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I just thought that would be good to get started. I'm like, why? And they're like, I don't know. And I'm thinking, well, because then I'm like, hey, well, how much are we going to invest in advertising? And they're like, well, I don't have any money. And it's sitting on their shelf. I'm like, what? That's like, that would be a perfect reason why you'd want a local supplier.
I totally agree.
You go sell your first job, you get the deposit, you call Ewing, you place your order with the deposit, and like it's called cash flow, right? So
yeah, you got to manage your cash flow for sure, man. I mean, it better be a smoking hot deal to sink $25,000, and you better have a lot of work lined up, right? The accordion needs to be full for that.
No, these few people that I talked to, they didn't have the work lined up. So yeah. Well, I really am looking forward to it. Guys, I'm telling you, you will regret not going, and you will not regret going. This is just the ultimate gathering place for the outdoor lighting industry. We just announced earlier in this session, we're going to do an outdoor audio training. So we'll send out some social media blasts and some emails and stuff around that. But these classes are going to fill up. Someone's going to get pissed at me, and I'm just going to tell them to watch this video, because it's first come, first serve. We don't have enough room in these pre-show classes for everybody to attend. And it's just getting to the point where you're just not going to make it. So get your tickets now if you want to guarantee your spot. And you don't have to go to the pre-show class. I know I had people ask me that too. That's Tuesday. Then Wednesday is the pre-show class for outdoor audio. That day from 2 to 7 is the vendor. You will want to be there for that. So at the latest, you're going to want to fly in like Tuesday night, Wednesday morning at the latest, because that show is going to be awesome. We're doing a big raffle that night as well, from like 5 to 7, a happy hour and stuff like that. So don't get there later than Wednesday morning, for sure. And if you want to partake in the classes, do that. And then, of course, Thursday, Friday, we've got speakers. We've got a couple more hours of vendor time on Thursday afternoon. We're serving lunch to everybody. And then the show will end Friday, where we've got some keynote speakers, some breakout sessions. And we're actually doing these expert roundtables, which I'm really looking forward to. So also Friday, don't leave Friday afternoon. People are like, when should I book my flight? I'm like, Saturday morning. Like, what? If you're going to be there, be there. Like, be there for the finale. You're not going to want to miss it. And if you have to leave Friday night, make sure your flight's after like 8 o'clock at night, because we're going to go till probably 5 o'clock on Friday. So anything else before we wrap up, Roger?
No, man, I look forward to seeing you later this week at ALOP. It's always a good gathering there. And then I'm looking forward. We've got our meetings. Our Ewing event comes up at the end of February. We have all of our branch managers, all of our account managers, all of our field leadership, all here in Phoenix. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody with that. And then the week following that is your event, Light It Up Expo. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. Me too. I really am. I'm flying out to California tomorrow, and I got a speaking spot on Thursday and Friday. So I'm going to be I'm gonna be burning down the house. We're gonna get some traction. We're gonna get some fire lit under people's asses in that room. It's gonna be good.
Awesome. And I'll let Craig Freeman know you said hi.
Yeah, please do. And Kurt, just say Kurt.
Yeah.
Don't say T or K. It's just Kurt.
No, it's Kirk with a K. Kirk Burris. He's a great dude, man.
That's what I've been saying. Kurt.
Yep. That's what you always said, man. It's not Kurt. It's Kirk.
Exactly.
Like Captain.
All right. Thanks, Roger. We'll see you here in a couple days, and we'll see you at Light It Up in about a month.
You bet, man. Appreciate the opportunity. Thanks, everybody.
All right. See you, everyone.